Cordial greetings to everyone. Hello, my name is Luisa Fernanda Lince Forero. I am a student of foreign language with emphasis in English in the UNAT University. I am coursing the fourth semester. Okay, to begin, I am going to talk about what is didactics of English. Didactics of English, or what I, or in my opinion, I think that is the way to teach something, in this case, in English. How you can teach English, how you can teach grammar, vocabulary, phonetics, phonology, pragmatic, everything about the linguistic or the English. Didactics of English for me is very important because you can know the language. For example, people native from the United States know the language English, but okay, and they speak that language. But when you put them to teach English, they are not about how to teach. For example, if you ask them one rule, oh, why you have to put, I don't know, as when you use subject he, she, it, they the answer from them is no, I don't know. It's just because the English is perfect and things like that. For that, it's very important that future teachers study a lot didactics, not only the English, not only of English, study a lot didactics of everything that you can read something and you can teach to anyone. Doesn't matter what topic, what level you have to teach, everything. Okay, thank you. Now I am going to speak about the course. This course, as you know, is theoretical and practical. You have to rush with 32 hours and phase 2 13 hours, phase 3 10 hours, uh, and phase 4 9 hours. Why you have to know hours in phase number 1, because this is the phase number 1. The phase number 1 is just recognition of everything in relation with the practice. Okay, where you have to do the practical? Where? In an educational institution. That educational, that side, you have to wait for that the teachers organize everything to give you. Okay? Why? Why practical is important in order to promote the educational process for future teachers. Practical integrates social, cultural, and academic things. In the practical, it's very important the observation. In the observation, you have to describe, explain, comprehend, find characteristics about the educational environment. The participation of this course includes virtual campus, forums, Skype sessions, conferences to go to the practice side. If the teacher of that side say, you have to teach for tomorrow one song to my students, you have to do it because the teacher said. But it's clearly that you don't have to do something that is not the role for teachers. For example, uh, please, you have to do the shortest of the institution. No, it's not your role. It's not one thing that you have to do. Okay. Remember that it's very important that you reach with everything, practical and theoretical. You you have to remember virtual campus because uh, is part of the course. If you do, for example, this semester practical and the other you say, no, in the next semester I am going to do theoretical things. No, you have to do everything or you don't pass, or you won't pass to the subject. Okay? Uh, Remember that this course have has two units. From the theory to the practice, that is good health that will help you with anything that you need in order to go to the practice. Remember, this course has two credits, it's a level professional, you can retake the exam, it's not possible if you don't pass, you don't pass, but and you have to repeat everything. In its characteristics are patterns. How many patterns? Five patterns. Where you have in the page number 2 activity, you will have 25 points if you do everything in an excellent way. In the two phase, uh, that is practical and observation, you can have 115 points. In the third phase is participants. The same of the two phases, 115 points. For phase is practical component. It's more exigent because you already know a student, you already know a teacher, site, everything about it. You have to show more effort. You have to do 2 hours doing material. You have to ask first to the teacher, hey teacher, I have 2 hours to, to design, to create material that you need in your class, and I am going to create for you, okay? Just tell me what you do. Do you want, for example, I don't know, one calendar, one clock, something didactic that helps to the teacher and to you to give a class. A final activity has 125 points. It's the most important. You conclude here everything, but remember you have to reach with everything of the page in order to pass the subject. Okay. Now I am going to talk about agreement, the guidelines that I read. That I have read, chapter 1 talks about definition of necessary activities for each program. For example, you have to do previously for 40 hours, 40 credits, sorry, um, in order to continue with the subject. But if you didn't do it, no, doesn't matter. You have to continue with this course because you already right and you are coursing. You have to continue until the end. Okay. In chapter 2, article 3, practical component, it is a rule, is necessary in the superiority of the, education. The space could be physical and, and remote. Remote is just for a student that have a high level in English, for example, B2 level. Okay, this is a rule that Minister Education has put. They say that you have to go to the practice in the fourth semester until 10th semester. It's a rule. You can change, you can negotiate, and you can do a business. No, anything. In Article 4, talks about pedagogical practice, that is a strategy in order to improve your skills as a teacher. Its strategy is to put together theoretical and practical things. Article 5 In chapter 2, no, sorry, article 5. Yes, article 5 talks about theory and practice that develop the practice process and research too. In chapter 3, article 11 talks about homologation practice. You can homologate if you previously studied in the school, normal school. Um, and you can speak with the talk with your teacher and find something or find a solution about. In fact, in chapter 4 talks about you have to get an excellent behavior if you are going to go to the practice because you are a representative from the UNAT University, and you have to show that you are that university is perfect, is good, and okay. And chapter 6 finally talks about the pre-practice seminar that has not credits, has not cost, it is not an obligation, was the last semester, but if you didn't do it previously, it doesn't matter, you have to continue, you have to not give up, is not an option here. Good luck. It's everything today for today. And bye bye. See you later. Thank you for listening to me.